Good afternoon, friends. I'm so happy to reconnect with you once again. I always hear that in Minnesota, you may have snow even in the month of May, and that is so true. Today, we had 1 inch of snow, or less than that, it's already disappearing. Today, I would love to bring to your attention about one of the things so important in our daily human life, that is motivation. When I get up in the morning, what motivates me to be a good person? What is that impels me to live a meaningful and joyful human life? We all need to think it a little more. Of course, all you parents, you have a great motivation or to think about your children, feeding them, educating them, and offering them a quality life, no doubt. But beyond that is that something deep within us that spiritually motivate us to live our humanity in its fullness. As John Powell, one of the wonderful spiritual writers in America, wrote a book titled Fully Human, Fully Divine. And so, what motivates you and I to live a life that is filled with humanness and divineness? Fully human and alive. Today, in management skills, they emphasize only a person who can motivate all the employees in the right way is a good leader, so that the outcome and the product of hard work will bring the best results he aims at. If someone who doesn't know how to motivate all the employees under him or her cannot be a leader in an institution. When we look at the wars that had happened in the Old Testament, what motivated David to go and fight against a giant like Goliath? He was standing there roaring like a lion with a big sword and everything in his hand. Goliath and David going to face him with a few pebbles and sling. Can you imagine what motivated him? I may not be physically strong, I may not have all the weapons he has, but I have the Lord who anointed me. I can do this. I will achieve what the Lord wants me to do for my people of Israel. That's the motivation. He went against the giant, just gave a slingshot, brought him down, slaughtered his, removed his head from his body, came as a victorious man. Another interesting story about Gideon, one of the judges. He was called to fight against the Midianites who are creating such a big trouble to the people of Israelites. He had many volunteers, but the Lord told him, you do not rely on the number of people you have in your army. You trust me and take my direction and go and work against the Midianites. Exactly, he had only 300 men against a huge Midianite army. He went in the night, shocked them, and decimated them all. These are all how people were motivated by the Lord, doing something great and good for the people of God. In my culture, a great poet, Thiruvalluvar, says this: an elephant is so huge, but a tiger is probably one fourth of his size. What makes the tiger to go and bounce on the elephant and literally brings it down and eats it. It is the self motivation and confidence of the tiger that I can bring down this elephant. I can make this happen. That's exactly what it is. A true motivation makes us to achieve more than the power we have in oneself. There is an interesting story in the Japanese culture. Noginaga goes to fight against a big army, and compared to that big army, he had only a small army in his hand. He was confident, well motivated that he will win this battle. But his soldiers were so discouraged. They were not well motivated. So on the way, they came across a shrine, a temple. They stopped. He said, I'm going to pray in this shrine. When I come back, I will toss a coin. And if we get the head, we are going to win. If we get the tail, we will not win. So he went in, prayed, and came out. In front of the soldiers, he tossed a coin. It fell, head came. The soldiers roared with strength. Yes, we got the heads. We are going to win. They went to the battle, won. The assistant of this army leader told him, wow, how did you make it happen? He showed the coin he tossed for the soldiers. He put two coins together and both sides had only head. See what a trick he played to bring motivation to the soldiers. Lao Tzu, one of the wise men from the East, he says, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. So true. We may not be sufficiently motivated to do amazing things, but every great work begins with a single step. Every great epic is written with a single word. It always begins with a single word. A big falls doesn't come and become a big river over a simple step. It starts as a small rivulet, but once it joins other small streams and become a big and huge river, isn't it? So, how are we spiritually motivated? I will invite you to think about. If you are well motivated, you can become a robust person in your spiritual life. If you are well motivated, you can do more than what you can do in your daily work, in your workplace. If you are well motivated, you can become the most loving and understanding person for all. It all depends how you motivate yourself in the Lord. The Lord and your love for Him is the greatest motivation you can have. Because He says, you are so precious to me. I have called your name in my palm. Think about it when every time you are less motivated or feel a little low. God bless you and enjoy the day. Thank you for watching.